Hello everybody, this is Dr. Novak. This is part 3 of the series that I was doing for the fish bowls. Now this is the lid that you saw in part 1, and this is the lighting system that's in there. Now you can order this. I'll leave a link below so you can order this if you want. And what it comes with is 3 lights. It comes with 6 stickers. Comes with 3 of these. These are called puck lights. You put them under the counter for your kitchen or on top of your kitchen cabinets for ambient light. It comes with screws, so you can literally screw them to your cabinets. And I will leave a link to these lights in case you're interested. They're not expensive at all. I think these lights are less than 20 bucks. So they're very inexpensive lights. Inside here, this comes with the beverage container that I had in video number 2 that I set up and showed you. This lid does. So in order to put lights in it, I'm trying to think, well, how can you do that? I drilled at least a 1/2-inch hole here, sanded it, put the wires through, and these are just with the sticky, double-sided sticky tape that they give you. I didn't screw them in because I don't know what the end byproduct of this is going to wind up being. If I'm going to keep it this way, or maybe I won't. But each one of these pucks here are, they say between 170 to 200 luminous output. So this would be about 400 or less. The thing about these pucks also is they're made out of aluminum. They unscrew. You pull the little and that's what they look like. Now the screws, to screw them in, or go here and here. They even have one so you can use a center screw, but they give you screws to screw it on your cabinet or whatever. You can screw it to here, then just not depend on the tape. Okay, anyhow, it's pretty simple to do. You drill one hole about a 1/2 inch, take your time doing it if you were going to do something like that. Now the good thing about these lights, and I'll tell you, the thing I noticed is when you buy a lot of these small aquariums, you know, you see them 1 gallon up to 5 gallon, you know, and they're square. Usually those aquariums don't come with very good lights. You could add these on to any aquarium. But this is how I did this one, so it fits over the container. Whether or not I'm going to stick with this, I really don't think so. Okay, I don't think I'm going to stick with this, and I'm going to tell you why. All these beverage containers come with lids. And so it's not unusual. Some of them are just clear glass. I don't know. Some of them are plastic. This one's wood. You'll see some with wood. But is that something you're going to stick with in the end byproduct? Now, I'll tell you why. One is a lot of moisture will build up. So if you put a lid on it, you're going to get a lot of beading of moisture and stuff because it won't be able to evaporate. Same thing with this. A little bit of moisture will get in here. You see a little spotting here. That's from moisture around here. That was from moisture. Another thing of it is heat. When you put this on top, as we all know, these bright LEDs, they cause heat. And that heat has to go somewhere. So it's literally going to heat up the fish bowl. And that's another problem I noticed right off the bat, is there's no way to vent out the heat. So you would literally have to think of maybe putting holes to vent out the heat or help the heat escape if you're going to use something like this. It's just forewarned is foretold. If you're going to do a project like this, it may require a little bit more thinking, a little more work on your part to make something like this really work 100%. I imagine up north where everything is colder, this would be great because it'd be acting like a heater. But that's what I notice. It does emit a lot of heat. That heat can't really escape, so it will warm up the fishbowl or your beverage bowl water. Something to think about it. If, however, you can place these, which I will show you another light right after this one that I'm using, where that heat can be dispersed out in the atmosphere, well, then you have nothing to worry about. It's not going to heat up the little fishbowl. But unfortunately, everything being trapped in here, and this goes over the top, that is a problem with that I noticed I had. One was moisture, and the second was heat. So that would all have to be dealt with and thought about when you're doing one of these, whether or not you would want to use these. These little pucks, though, they're, like I said, they could be added onto an aquarium. Let's say you have an aquarium that has a glass lid, and it's not very bright. You know, it's a small aquarium for shrimp, betta, whatever. You could probably buy this for 20 bucks or less and put these on top to add extra light in case you have plants or something like that. But as far as me going to use this on the beverage container, I want to show you how I did it. As you can see, very simple. 2 wires, hole went through there. Now they connect up to here, the junction box. They just unclip out. And of course, this goes to your switch, on-off switch, which plugs in. It all plugs in. And of course, then it goes to your wall wart, which is your DC. So it's not complicated. It's not rocket science or anything, but that's the only thing I noticed you may want to think about. Do you really want to use this versus something that's going to let the heat disperse out? Okay, so now we're going to go over to the fishbowl or beverage container out in the lanai, and I'm going to show you the second option that you have. That's not extremely expensive. It's going to cost more than this. Definitely. It's also going to be a lot brighter than this. The one I'm going to show you out in the lanai, the other option. Okay, so this is the second option. Went off the internet, and this option is going to cost a little more because it is a separate light. This light here, this light is about 800 luminous, which is equal to a 60-watt light bulb. I added this ring. This ring here is brass, and I found it. They literally had to sand it down and then polish it. It was that bad, that tarnished. But as you can see, the light has a stand. HIRO looks like the name. Anyhow, bought this off the internet. I think it was for the 9-watt. It's a 9-watt light. I think this costs like $59. You get the stand. This is a 13 by 13 stand, and the whole distance from the bottom to the top of here is 18 inches, and this will do 21 inches. So there's a, doesn't look like it, but it claims it will do 21 inches, the light. Anyhow, this gives you an idea of a second option where you can get these smaller for smaller aquariums, but it gives you an idea that the bamboo stand comes with it. Of course, it's all from China, HIRO, you know, it's an off-brand name. But the point of it is, the difference between using a light like this for your aquarium or your fishbowl or whatever you want to call it versus using the light that actually covered it is heat. This doesn't allow the heat to build up. where the other one fits over the top, the lid, and those lights get hot. As we know, LED lights get hot, and that's going to wind up warming up the water. So you do have options, but then you'll have to deal with the heat when you put the cover on, and which, like I said, you may have to think about whether you want to put holes in it, the cover, to let that heat disperse out, because it will build up inside of here, where this one, no, the heat just comes off the top and nothing in the aquarium gets hot. There is no lighting to worry about heating up the aquarium. So there's a couple of options right there. The whole thing is connected to the back. There's a bolt back there. I just added this on just for looks. Otherwise, it would just be the glass top. And like I said, I just happened to find this, and it fits, so I polished it up, put that on as a top ring to it. But anyway, that's basically it. Very simple. You have some ideas. Like I said, this is not going to be cheaper than if you went out and just bought an aquarium, but it's a little project that some people may want because they want something different. They want something, you know, what can I say, out of the box. There is a fish in there, a little paradise fish, but right now he's hiding, or she's hiding. I don't know which is it. It was just out a minute ago. And that's, of course, what happens with paradise fish and bettas. Basically, a lot of times you only see them swimming from a distance, and when you go up there, they turn around and maybe hide. There's only one in there for right now. But, yeah, I hope this gives you some idea of what you can do. The container, the lights, in case you want to make something like this. It's really a fun project, but like I said, it's not a project. If you don't want to spend a little bit of money, put a little time into something, then don't do it. It's not going to be cheaper. Then you can just buy aquarium off the shelf and make yourself something like that. But if you want something novelty, out of the box, something a little bit different, then I hope this gives you an idea on something you may want to do. So until next time, this is Dr. Nowak. Happy fish keeping, and thank you for watching.